Hilton, England played well, but that's got to be a very disappointing performance from South Africa, particularly the batting.
I think for us to start is to say, like, just highlighted, they played well under the conditions, and once again, very frustrating with our batting. It just didn't fire as far as the World Cup is concerned.
Can you put into words how disappointing it is to go out at this stage of the competition?
We actually left words. Everyone in the change room very disappointed because you know the quality we had. I mean, at one stage you played with 8 batters, and still we couldn't get to a respectable total or defendable total. I mean, if you look at our overall game, our bowlers have actually bowled well, and also backed up by good fielding. It's just that on the day, when you look at the game against West Indies, it's a game we felt that with the quality we had, it's a score you should be able to chase down. It just didn't happen.
Your kind of key player with the bat is Lizelle Lee, and she's kind of underperformed in this tournament. Has somebody been telling her it seems like she's perhaps stifling her natural game, that she's not hitting out to the extent that we're used to seeing that? Do you think that there's been some advice there from the coaches telling her to bat in a different way this tournament? Or
Not at all. Not at all. I think even if you look, hence we're so frustrated because it's like some of the players, when you got in the middle, they just change their game plan and approach. I think even today's wicket was a bit on the slow side. But we still felt that you can get yourself a respectable score. Anything about 130 on this wicket would be difficult to chase, because we chased also on this wicket in fell place. That's why for us it's, when you look at the entire batting lineup actually, since we got to our return leg to the West Indies, it hasn't been good.
It was such a timid performance early on with the bat in that power play in the first 10 overs. Do you think that was a bit of a hangover from what happened a couple of nights ago against the West Indies with that collapse?
No, I think what needed to be said was said against the game against West Indies. And today we knew that the team we had to win. The team that's on the losing change room is going to struggle to make it through. And everybody came in knowing, I mean, the kind of chance that we had, and that's why we loaded the team with another 1 or 2 batters that we got in, that we could see if we can change it, because we felt that against the bowling lineup of England, we can actually, it's a bowling lineup we can take on and give ourselves a chance as a team. But again, it's the basics that we're not applying well. When you look at application, I mean, even simple things like strike rotation is something that's not happening like it's supposed to. So for us, I think as a changing room, we need to sit down again and go back to the drawing board, because it has been a very disappointing World Cup for all of us. And with the talent that we have in the team, it's very tough. For our supporters back home to watch this, I think for us, it's unacceptable.
Given what we've seen, the output we've seen from individual players in the South African side in the domestic T20 comps and occasionally for your country, do you think there's a mental hurdle the side needs to overcome sooner rather than later? Because it doesn't seem to marry up the output here versus what we know they can do.
No, mentally, I think at the end of the day, it's how players approach it. I mean, when you look at the way everything started at this ground, there's not a lot of teams that have scored over 100. If you can see the scores over 100 at this ground. So mentally, I think when we arrived here, I think the preparation was very good. Everybody got a run on these wickets. We had a series against West Indies here prior to the World Cup. And it's just, for us, we felt that since the World Cup has started, it just didn't fire.
Looking forward, this is still quite a young team. You're not going to expect any of this team to retire. So this is the core of the team that you're going to be taking forward to 2020. What do you need to get right between now and 2020 at the next 2020?
No, we're blessed with a lot of youngsters that is coming through. Even if you saw the young keeper now coming in, Faye. And for us, where the team is going and where the build-up towards 2020 now, is for us now to go sit down and look at what we could have, what we can work, what we can improve after this World Cup. I think it's one of those that you want to quickly put behind you as a team and focus on the future. Yes, there's a lot of youngsters, and we still feel that somewhere along the line the batters will start playing to their potential, which is always one thing I fear as a coach, because there's a lot of potential in the change room. It's just not being executed at all stages. So as we're now sitting where we are as a team because of that. And when you look at the bowling attack again, world class, it is just not being backed up by batters.
Thanks, coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.